Welcome to the Russet Garden Homestead. Let's just jump right into it. Section right over here, I grew potatoes. Also grew potatoes over here in this Ruth Stout method of just growing in the hay. And I grew potatoes in this raised bed that I built. We'll also harvest the onions over there. I just want to show you what I pulled out of the beds. So it's going to be a harvest video. Grew potatoes in here. I took some out of this section already. As they're developing, I just reach in and pull out potatoes. So from space over here to right about there, potatoes. I want to show you what's in there. In the raised beds over here, different varieties. I was away on vacation for the last 13 days. Things have died back. The potatoes are really done, overgrown in weeds. There's not going to be that many in here because in this section, you can see I already dug a hole out. I've been eating the potatoes out of there. But a lot of people wonder, what can I get out of these beds? Typically harvest my potatoes somewhere between July 1 and August 1st. Let me just show you everything that came out of these beds. As I'm digging with the beds, I don't know if you can see that, but there are ants everywhere and they are biting. And this is one reason I use the ant baits that I make out of borax, which I will link to this video. You know, but the ants aren't harming the potatoes, but they sure are no fun crawling all over my arms and legs and biting me as I dig them up. Here's the quick cleanup. Got a bunch of onions. In this half, I have red Norlands and Yukon Gold. And again, I harvested out that section earlier. Really nice, you know, harvested potatoes out of there. I'm not gonna do the Ruth Stout method in this video. That'll be a separate video. I just have so many potatoes, I don't need them all. Now, in the containers, I ran into ants and they were pretty rough. They were biting and crawling all over me. More red Norlands. About a quarter of this bed right here was already harvested, but just look at all the red Norlands coming out of there. I mean, that is a lot of potatoes. Yukon Golds out of a 20-gallon container. These are my Russets. Not even half of this container has been harvested yet, and I spaced these out more than I normally do, and they look good. I mean, some nice size potatoes in there, just for contrast. The ants are bad. Potatoes can stay underground for quite a while, so some of these vines are still alive. The potatoes are getting some energy. I'm gonna leave those in there. I just don't need all these potatoes. They are going to sit here overnight. You never want your potatoes to sit in full sun, even for a couple of hours. The sun can actually, you know, bake and cook the edges, and it's going to soften the potatoes, so don't do that. These are Kennebecs, looking good. They weren't harvested out of that back portion yet. The ants here were the worst, but look at these. There's the Kennebecs. Really nice size. These are great for mashed potatoes. And out of the 4 beds in here, I mean, these are one of my best harvests. This year I spent a lot of time prepping the soil with a lot of compost, leaf compost. I added in potassium, phosphorus, and really put in a lot of the nutrients. And I stayed up on the watering. The biggest mistake people make with potatoes is not watering enough. If the water stops, yeah, the potatoes don't die off, but they're just not developing like they should. And again, back to this raised bed. I mean, a really, really nice harvest. You want to be watering your potatoes 3-4 times a week when they're, you know, this high off the ground. You don't want the greenery flopping over prematurely. You want to keep in the water. You want to feed them every 2 weeks with the water soluble when there's a lot of upper growth, and just really maximize the development of the potato over that stretch, really from probably end of May through June before you harvest. All the potatoes you see were planted about 4-5 inches deep, 10 centimeters to 15 centimeters. The russet potatoes were spaced out. You can see the remains of some of the vines. About every 6 inches, I gave them a little bit more space, 6 to 8 inches, 15 to 20 centimeters. Potatoes in here again, 4 to 5 inches deep, a little bit closer together every 6 inches, but they really developed well, and I'm going to stress it one more time. It's the consistent watering, water more than you think, and the water-soluble feeding that really allows the potatoes to get to this size. And I have a lot of videos on growing potatoes. Just check out any of them. And again, great harvest this year. I do recommend growing these varieties. The Russets are great for baking. The Yukon Gold get to a nice size. Great for mashed potatoes, slicing, making scallop potatoes, you know, potatoes for breakfast in the morning. You can really use any of them. But this is just a nice, well-balanced use potato. And again, those are the Yukon Golds. The red Norlands are usually smaller. I grow red Norlands or red Pontiacs for something, you know, about this size. You tend to get more of them. Perfect for cutting them up and steaming them with some green beans. Potatoes grow really easily, and I've said it a bunch of times already. Keep up on the watering and the water-soluble feeding when the greenery goes from here to about this high, you know, 2 feet or something like that. Just keep them fed and watered, and you're going to get a wonderful harvest. Please check out the videos that I linked in the video description for how to plant and set up your soil. Some of the things that I use for my container potatoes, and again, container plants, especially potatoes, really suck the life, the nutrients out of the containers. And it's not like growing, you know, down in the earth where you can go down deeper and plants can pull out what they need. They really take out the nutrients. You need the water, of course, for the plants to access the nutrients in the soil. I like using as a supplement More Bloom. It's a 0-10-10, 0 nitrogen, 10 phosphorus, 10 potassium. That gives the plants what they need. The potassium helps the potatoes really bulk up nicely, and you want to make sure you have enough in there. Compost goes a long way, but the container beds do need the supplement. Phosphorus helps the initial plant set many numbers of tubers to later bulk up. So you do need more potassium for the bulking, phosphorus to get more potatoes, so to speak. I like using a supplement. This is not organic. It's not going to hurt you or the plants. You can use whatever you want. But I use potash. It's actually potassium chloride. That's not necessarily the best for your soil, but containers are a different beast. Potassium sulfate is a little bit better, but I've been using this for years, and the potatoes, I mean, you can see turn out just fine. So when I'm setting up the beds, I'm just following the instructions on the packet, adding in the potassium. I'm using the More Bloom at least once, maybe twice throughout the growing period when the plants are like 2 feet tall. What is that? 60 centimeters tall, to add in that supplement. I use AgroThrive, which is an organic fertilizer, which I'm affiliated with and I really like for my general feedings throughout it. But I just wanted to give you some idea of what I use. You've got potassium chloride, potassium sulfate is better. You want the potassium, just to be clear, to bulk up the potato, and the phosphorus helps the potato plant set numerous little baby potatoes that are going to grow into what you see here. Thanks so much for watching. Please check out my seed shop at therustedgarden.com. Sell tomato and pepper seeds, $1.75 a pack. All other seeds are only $1.50. Biggest mistake, people underwater their potatoes and they don't use water-soluble fertilizer enough throughout the end of the growing season for them. But such a great haul.